All right, let's go ahead and talk about where we want our hands placed at level one. At level one, you can see I have this basketball. I do have the marks in the middle of the basketball where I'm gonna place my fingers. If you don't have a basketball, don't worry, okay? But I want you to get your hand in the middle of the basketball. You can use, if you have an air hole, every ball has an air hole, put your middle or pointer finger right on that air hole, and that hand should be directly in the middle of the ball going across the laces like this, okay? So you have your hand in the middle of the basketball. I also want your full hand on the ball, okay? I don't want any type of fingertip action, anything like that. Full hand placed on the ball, okay? That's your shooting hand. Your guide hand. You want to make sure your guide hand is slightly wrapping around the front. See, if I'm holding the basketball here, okay, you can't really see my shooting hand, but you can see my guide hand kind of wrapping around the front. It's not in the front like this, but you can see that your fingers are slightly wrapping around the front. The reason why we do this is because when you are shooting, you also need the option to be able to jab and move that ball around. A lot of players will get too narrow with their hands right here. Hands get too close together. And if you go to jab, okay, the ball could slip out of your hands and you really start to create this pinching with the basketball. And we don't want that kind of tension in our shot. We want to be nice and relaxed. And so therefore you do want your fingers to wrap slightly around the front. And then if I show you from this angle, you can see the distance that my hands are apart, pretty far apart. They're not close together. So this is how you want your hands placed. Now, depending on the size of your hands, you might want to creep those fingers up a little bit more in front. I like it to be on this first white line right there. But that's how you place your hands on the basketball. The biggest thing to remember is shooting hand right in the middle, right where the air hole is, and then guide hand is gonna slightly wrap around the front, not all the way in front, but just your fingers are beginning to wrap around the front.